All right, what's going on today, YouTube? Welcome back to your favorite cyclist YouTube channel. This week, we're looking at a pair of winter cycling gloves and seeing whether a winter cycling glove can be breathable or not. But before we get into today's video, if you're new to my channel, make sure you head down below, hit that subscribe button for me. If you already are subscribed, make sure you hit that bell icon right next to that. That way you get notified every time I upload. That way you don't miss any of this awesome cycling content on this channel. So, today we're talking about a pair of cycling gloves from a company called Arkweg. And these are the Blvd gloves here. So I got these in a gray, in a large, extra large for kind of my bigger hands here. They're kind of an interesting glove. Let me kind of read you what they're called here on Amazon. I think you guys kind of get a picture of what I'm going into this review thinking of these gloves as. So, Amazon calls these the Arkweg Running Gloves Winter Thermal Anti-Slip Touchscreen Gloves, fleece lining gloves, men, women, for walking, cycling, or driving. So, kind of where I'm going into this is these are a winter pair of gloves, kind of multi-purpose for whatever you're going to do. And they're supposedly fleece lined, ready to go for different conditions. So, if you take a look at these things, they're kind of an interesting glove. They're very light glove is what they are. I did go for the gray color. They have multiple different colors out there, but I decided to go for the gray. Have enough black gloves, let's go for a gray glove. So, they are nice and gray. If we flip them over, you can see on this side, they have kind of a nice traction pad right in the center of the palm. Kind of nice. Gives you a nice grip to the handlebars without having to worry about your gloves slipping around. Really kind of a nice traction bit there. Over on your pointer finger and your thumb, you do have a little pad there. That's going to be your touchscreen compatible pad. Lets you use your phone, whatever. Honestly, I rode with these this morning, and I kind of forgot I was wearing them when I was using my phone. So, take that how you will. They work pretty flawlessly with the touchscreen. So, very good to have that on pretty much any glove you're going to use nowadays. It needs to be touchscreen compatible for it to be even worth it. So, good that it has those. Now, these guys, they're kind of a different material. So, I believe they call these a Lycra glove. So, the external material is a Lycra. So, they are stretchy, just like you would find on your bib shorts, your jersey, kind of stuff like that. So they are very stretchy. So let's go ahead. We'll throw these guys on. So these guys here, we throw them on here. So they do go up decently high up on the wrist, which is nice for a winter cycling glove. As well as that, they fit pretty nice and tight around here as well. Keeps the warm air in, cold air out. Up higher, so your jersey can come right here. Kind of keeps double layer protection on the wrist, where airflow can get mixed in and get your hands really cold. So fit-wise, they fit pretty true to size. I've fitted a large, extra large on pretty much every pair of gloves that I've ever gotten. And these fit pretty much true to size. And to the point where, yeah, there's not much extra on the top sticking off the fingers. And not bad fit-wise at all. So, like I said, these guys are a Lycra material. So that kind of makes them more of a breathable glove than I've tested in the past for winter gloves. That's kind of the big deal with Lycra, as it is breathable and stretchy. With that being the case, if I have these on and I actually close my fist up, I can see my skin color underneath these. So when I did that, first I was like, oh, I shouldn't be able to see my skin under a winter pair of cycling gloves, especially when I'm kind of in the hand, when I'm in the grip of where I'd be on a bike handlebar. I shouldn't be able to tell that that's my skin on each of those spots. So I went and I decided, let's still give them a shot. They say they're winter, maybe they'll do good out on a bike ride, right? That's kind of my thoughts. So I took them out this morning. So for those who don't know, I live here in Reno, Nevada. It's early December right now. It's definitely not as cold as it's going to get, but it's definitely not warm. It was probably about 25 degrees this morning when I took my daughter to school, and I tried these gloves out. Now, I'll tell you, my hands were freezing, and it was better than not having a glove, but they were definitely not suited for that type of coldness. So kind of confirmed what I thought about the breathability of these gloves not really matching the cold winter weather kind of factors to that. Now, like I said, they were better than nothing. So that kind of leads me to believe these are probably going to be better for 40-degree weather, mid-40s. Probably is where I'd probably recommend these, at least compared to gloves that I have currently and that I'm using now. These kind of match up with the gloves that I would wear when it's, in the 40s. Probably what I would wear. Anything below that, that cold air, especially as you're moving on your bike, even going, maybe 10 miles an hour on my mountain bike, it's cold. That wind just kind of cuts right through these. And it is not really a warm experience with these gloves in those below freezing temperatures. Now, they do say there is fleece on the inside, and I will say there's a little bit. I mean, it is kind of a fleece material. It's probably from the thinnest sheep you've ever seen, but there's a little bit of fleece material in there. And so it does, like I said, it does keep your hands semi-warm in like 40 degrees. Like in my garage right now, we're hitting about 40 degrees right now. And they feel decent right now just sitting here. If I was riding a bike, I don't know if these would be super comfortable, but 40 degrees, mid-40s, probably a pretty decent glove for that. And that's one of the things. So once I rode them this morning, I went, well, these aren't winter gloves for cycling. There's got to be something else these are for. So I had to go and just take a look. Take a look at their Amazon page again and just see what was I missing. Why would these not be warm in the winter when they say they're supposed to be warm? And that's where I started kind of scrolling through. And I'm kind of looking through it. I'm just like, okay, this is all stuff, I've seen all this, the Lycra feeling. Then all of a sudden I got to one that said it makes a great glove liner. And that's where I went, okay, that kind of makes sense. You can layer these gloves very easily with another set of gloves and have a pretty nice warm set on your hands. That's kind of the big deal. That's kind of my thing. So by themselves, mid 40s, 50s, something along those lines, probably a pretty good glove. Below that, if you were to use these as a liner for your gloves, or even something like if you had pogies like I have on my mountain bike, if you had pogies on your bike, these would probably make a pretty good fit to go underneath there and just give you an extra layer of protection, an extra layer of warmth is really where I would call these into effect. They're not the greatest and warmest by themselves, but a base layer to another pair of gloves or another source of warmth, pretty good set of gloves. Really breathable, really stretchy. Can't really complain with them. And if you need to use your touchscreen, they got the touchscreen pads right on there, ready to go. So honestly, these Arkweg Boondun gloves here, they're not that bad of a glove if you use them in the right case. Like I said, that temperature rating or a liner for a glove or a base layer to a glove, these guys would do the trick really well. They're nice and breathable, stretchy. They fit really well. Fit is kind of on point. They come in different colors, have the touchscreen pads there, have the grip right here on the palm for using on your handlebars. Keep your grip on the handlebars. Honestly, it would probably be good for like running outdoor, running and stuff like that as well during the winter where you're not getting as much wind blasting on your hands. Probably be a pretty good glove for that as well. So big thanks to Arkweg for sending me out a pair of their gloves so I can test them out, show you guys kind of a different set of winter gloves that might interest some of you, maybe in a little bit warmer climates, or again, as kind of a base layer to your big, thick gloves you have. If you guys are interested in checking out a pair for yourselves, there's going to be a link in the description down below. Check them out and give them some love. If you guys enjoyed the video or maybe learned something about winter gloves today, give this video a big thumbs up. Appreciate the support. Any comments or questions, let me know down in the comment section below. Love talking to you guys. Love answering questions you guys have. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching today.